Oi, oi, how you doing? Today is Saturday, the 19th of December 2020. This is episode 37 of me trading a UK horse races, just like they are financial markets. Here for another day. Let's get into it. Streaming, obviously, live on Twitch daily, and then upload to YouTube afterwards. So if you like what you're seeing, do follow along on Twitch. It's just Mr. Exchange Trader. And then also on YouTube, you can subscribe and like the video if you like it as well. And thanks as well to new followers I've had on YouTube as well. Appreciate that. So let's have a look. We have got a favourite of fives here. It being a Saturday as well, I'm expecting there's probably going to be quite a few higher quality races in the week. Still using a stakes as fives as well, although you'll probably seen from the previous videos, if you've seen those, there's a playlist on YouTube gradually adding to the actual position sizes. So although the minimum stake is 5, it's multiples of 5s. But yeah, let's have a look. We've got the favourite here at 5s. This here has drifted, come in. Looks like it's consolidating, moving into its lows, probably at 5s. I need to get a bigger. Yeah. So I'm just trying to use these as suggested by one of the commenters on the videos, to use the advanced charts. I do need to get a much bigger history on these though, but I'm going to come back to that. But basically we're seeing the favorite here at least potentially coming into its lows at 5s. To confirm that now, I've blown up the static chart. Got the second favorite here, 10s, nearing 10, starting to drift. You can see here, so it's just going into resistance. So a break of that might be of interest. It's about 9.8, I'm guessing. So yeah, break higher on that might be of interest. And we've got the third and fourth, again, quite high odds. In fact, let's have a quick reorder. There we go. Oh, this one is of interest. I think this was the fourth favorite previously. It looks like it's broken support and approaching potentially new lows. Okay, so it's moved into 10s as its new low here, so potentially shorting that, but I'm not going to jump on that just yet. Just going to see what might be viable. Well, these look inversely correlated. Looking at these, this is moving out, this is coming in, sorry, and this is moving out. Excuse me. So that's piercing 10s. All right, let me just I'll try putting in a position here. Based on this break in 10s and potentially moving higher, and there being, signs of bearishness elsewhere, I'm going to see if I can get long on this. And got 11 minutes left, so decent amount of time. 26 grand, could be better, could be worse. I'm getting filled on this, so just putting my closing order here to net that out. That might be a bit strong, so I've taken out that other order there. Okay, so I got filled on that, so I made a tick on it. I didn't get filled on the other position there. Yeah, it's no problem. It's no problem. Just assessing whether to go in again. This looks like it's coming in stronger, so we could see a bit more of a drift on this. Too late. So missed the bigger move or a bigger position. It could have had a bigger, or no, actually I couldn't have had a bigger position because I got filled on part of my my order and not the other one. So made a tick at least off of that, but let's see if we can see any other opportunities. 10 minutes to the off. Let me just see what the next one's saying. Alright, I'm going to green this up. And it being a Saturday, they do come thick and fast. So just going to see what the next one after this is doing. So 24 minutes, so I've got a bit more lead time on this one. Of course I could just, you know, focus on that last one, but my issue with that is that the nearer to the off, the higher risk it is in the way that I trade, or the way that I found that I trade. And to give profits back, if I'm trying to trade in that less than 8 minutes, less than 5 to 8 minutes, doesn't bode too well with this approach. But so I'll just move on. We've got 23 minutes on this one. Alexa, lights on. 23 minutes for this one. Odds on favourite, which has clearly been steaming in. Second favourite, very highly priced, which is to do with this being so short, you know, with the size of the field and this being quite short priced as well, means that all these other ones are going to be quite high. So these, there's not much distinction between these ones. They're all at kind of, you know, just 11s, 12s. So most of the action is probably going to be on this one. You can see the volume as well. There's 20 grand matched on this, whereas only 800 quid to £1,000 matched on the other ones. Let's see what we can see though. So yeah, clearly the steam is, you know, shorting this would be the at a cursory glance what you would probably want to do, but just don't want to jump in and short something just because you can see it's been moving down previously. As you can see, even now it's starting to flatten out and find support at those lows, so that could be a sign of it, you know, consolidating for a longer period of time, or in fact reversing and moving higher. And the other options, it could just break those lows and move lower, but the point is you don't know. It's just because it's done something previously, it's not a good idea to assume that it's going to continue to do that. Whilst that's just waiting for the action to come on that, I'm just having a quick look at the advanced charts just to see if I can get more data points in here. I've got it set to the max though. That's annoying. Okay. See if I can zoom out. No, can't zoom out. Putain. Okay. Yeah, alright. C'est la vie. I'm going to have to fiddle around a bit more with those advanced charts just to get exactly what I'm after. Well, maybe with this one. 999. Okay, so just making a few adjustments to my layout. But okay, so yeah, let's see if I can get a read on this one. So it's somewhere between 1.7 and 1.75 and 2. So I'm just trying to ascertain what this support level is here. Well, of course, this, you know, price has only gone that low, so it's 1.87, 1.87. So breaks of that might be of interest, especially if that correlates to other stuff pushing out. But you know, it's 27 grand match, 20 minutes to go. These other ones are still really thin. You can see it's just there's gaps in the books. You know, only a couple of quid on some of these on the touch. As I said, most of the action will be on this one, but you know, potentially if I can't get on this, I'm going to be looking to go long on one of these. But there's no money on them, which is a problem. It's a problem because you know, that lack of liquidity means if I put an order on there, it's likely to be unmatched or partially filled. So there isn't the liquidity to get into and out of the position as I'd like to. Let me just see when the next one after this would be 12:30. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, all right, I'll focus on this one. Just got to be patient. So at the moment, just looking for some clarity. I want to see, potentially this is rolling over to punch higher. So I'd want to see some, you know, break of this previous resistance that it's made. I'm guessing around, I don't know, to be honest. It's somewhere, it's before 2 and after 1.8. Okay, so it's breaking a bit lower. Chart hasn't updated yet, but it is breaking lower. You can see it in this actually. So let me just put something slightly out the money. Should we see some pullback? But I am anticipating some move up in one or more of these ones. You can see it in this one. The other ones have stayed quite flat. But I don't fancy getting on this. You know, even with £5 stakes at the moment, that would just just take out the market. So yeah, trying to get short on the favorite here. So as it's broken its support, there's a likelihood that it's going to move back into that and find resistance. So I'm just anticipating that could happen by putting these orders in here, kind of outside the money. But we do need to see some pullback to get filled. Do I want to do an aggressive one on this? Yeah, it's moving away. Could be late to the party on this one. Yeah, it's moving off. Ew, oh dear. But there's likely to be still some pullback. We just need to be careful with that because, you know, that can often just reverse on you. So gone into 1.8, finding support there. Curiously, can't see any of these breaking resistance at the moment. This has been the main drifter, to be honest. This coming in has caused this to drift. And it's fair to say that this has caused that drift, because rather than vice versa, this drifting is causing this to come in. Because why? I mean, most of the money's on this. So, yeah. Okay, so we've got filled. So I'm anticipating it's going back into that previous level now as resistance and could move lower, but you know, anything can happen. Don't want to just assume that and base a whole, to be just, don't want to be too wrong and strong on that, because I mean the position's going against me at the moment. And could potentially reverse, so just need to listen to what's going on. There's still a good likelihood that it will come back down to find some support, even if it's broken higher. So £35 net stake at the moment. All right. So, yeah, good reason not to panic, because you saw how it ran up there. Went up, negative excursion, as it's called when you're seeing, losses. But then it came back down. It hit that resistance. It's come back down to support and looks like it could in fact be punching lower to make new lows. So viably could have stayed on that short, but or another way, it's just structured the exits so that more of them were further down in the price. But yeah, there's loads of options. As long as you make money and don't lose it, and have your risk to reward in check, and don't panic. To be honest, that's quite a long list of things, but yeah, just have your wits about you to what's going on. So should I continue in this one or move on? There's still 13 minutes. However, there is a shorter time between each of these races. Alright, I'm going to move on to the next one. Let me just double check I greened on that. I've got paranoia that I didn't. I did green. Alright, cool. So, next one here, 17 minutes to the off. Favourite at threes. Second favourite at threes. Third favourite not far off at fours. So we've got what sticks out. So these two here look like they're inversely correlated, the first and third. So this one's moving in, attacking its lows. This one's moving out, attacking its previous highs. So this is at resistance, this is at support. So potentially a break lower of this, whatever number that is. So below 325. So break lower than this kind of level, 3.25 could be interesting to short, and a break higher of 4.5 on this one, or just above 4.5. No, it is 4.5. A break higher of 4.5 on this one could be interesting to go long on. Just check on the, so yeah, I should have really checked these first, but I could feel there was money coming through. But it's 57 grand match, which is good enough time beforehand. Tight book as well, so excellent premium trading conditions. So didn't we look at this one? What's going on here? Yeah, it's a bit tricky to read that one. So this one's pulling back. That's what you'd anticipate in a downtrend. You need lower lows and lower highs. So at the moment, it's potentially making a lower high, which is good. So it's kind of pulling back to potentially attack these lows again. But you need to just be wary that could be a reversal where it just moves much higher, like to go into these highs or much higher. So 15 minutes, 50 seconds to the off. Look at this one either. So that low there is 3.5. So break of 3.5 might be of interest. Hang on, is there a 3.5? Yeah, alright. So break of this lower, could be interesting, especially if this continues with its bullishness. But yeah, so wait and see really. few things going on. You see this now is going back into its previous lows, so that previous support is potentially coming in, becoming resistance. 3.5. So if this bounces, if that is, is forming that lower high, and that's resistance, oops, could see this push past 4.5. That's one thing that could anticipate. This one just could be silent and violent here, just creeping in. Certainly breaking sixes might be of interest. So there are a lot of things, kind of potential opportunities, but it's just waiting for the right timing, really. I think my Twitch has gone down again, so apologies for that. If you're on Twitch. That's quite bullish. That is very bullish. How long we got? 12 minutes 45 seconds. So I'm not as bearish on this now. I'm not as convinced this is going to break these lows. In fact, this move here is more of a bullish move to potentially break this previous support. So that's why it's important not to just stick with something that you first come in and fall in love with that idea. You got to be ready to go on to the next idea as it appears. So 12 minutes still. At the moment, this breaking sixes, this breaking 4.5 higher, this breaking lower. Those are the two main things that are sticking out for me. But yeah, it's just waiting for them to potentially happen. These, in fact, these two look. Oh, jump to 4.5. These two look inversely correlated. As this has come in and found support and consolidated, this has done the opposite. It's gone into resistance and consolidated. 11 minutes. It is a waiting game. So I'm just, I mean, you can't really see my eyes. Well, you can't see my eyes, but I'm just darting around between the different opportunities, just scanning, looking at this, see if this is broken support here, then here to see if that's broken that resistance, 4.5. And then, over here, just to keep an eye on what this is doing as a front runner. Is it approaching these lows here or breaking these previous highs? So, yeah. That might be worth a tick. 10 minutes left. Very much a waiting game. And it can be easy for your concentration just to go, you know, when you've been looking at something for a while, especially if it's been very far out from the start. You know, you can just easily make mistakes. I think that was one that happened yesterday. There was one that was about 25 minutes, half an hour out, and possibly made trades that I normally wouldn't do. But yeah, got to be discerning in the ones that you trade and the ones that you don't, because sometimes it's just the silliest mistakes or lapses of concentration that could be just unforced errors. These are showing this move here, so it's gone into support and it's pulled away. That could be a good sign if in that it's potentially attacking these lows again to break that support at 6s. Same concept here. This is found resistance for a long time at 4.5. It's pulled away slightly, and this could be potentially a bullish move, but you just need to be wary that this could just be reversing and coming back down to these lows. In fact, looking at the chart, looking at the ladder, it's got scope for that. But the real worry is if it breaks fours and breaks that previous resistance, that will be more convincing as a reversal. But yeah, nothing yet that I can see to trade off. Seven minutes. I'm just very tempted to put in a position on this one. In anticipation, it's just going to go into that support at least, but potentially break it. Just seeing some strong moves on that. Let's see how this works out. So effectively just looking to steal ticks at support here, but Five minutes 50 left. That drifting could see this finally break its support, but I'm running out of time now. So I'm just going to see if I can get filled on this and then do one. There we go. So Yeah, a tricky one, that one. I mean, there's some, there's still really good correlation. I mean, ended up playing off the fact that they were consolidating, so I wasn't expecting a break, but made some green off of it. Fair enough. Let's move on to the next one. The market's always going to give you more opportunities, just not more money. So sometimes it's just best to play defense, as boring as that might be. Playing defense is what makes you money in the long run. So we got 14 minutes to the off on this one, 14 and a half minutes. Favorite at fours, it's been steaming recently, and the second favorite looks like it's on a drift, as it's a third. Both these second and third look like they're going into their previous highs to make some resistance. So let's see if we can get some reference points to structure a trade and make some money. So it's definitely falling, but I can't just jump on the back of it. 6.5. What's this one? 6.52. Break falls. All right. So I'm trying to anticipate that the price here could fall back into resistance at around fours. Fours gives me a good reference point. It's way out the money at the moment, but certainly breaks higher in either of these. So this one or this one, even this one, past 7s on this, or I guess 6.5 on these other ones, could see this move lower. But yeah, it might be a bit too late on this one, but we'll see. We shall see. Support for 6s. Okay. Just gonna take these out. So it might look like I'm clicking around haphazardly, but no, I'm seeing that this has come in it's slightly risky, I guess, but it's finding support off the 6s, has marginally pierced or gone into its previous highs there. So I'm just trying to it might be just stealing a tick that ends up as, but ideally I'd like it to break higher past 6s. Strength that is coming in as well helps that narrative, but we'll have to see if that plays out. 11 minutes to the off, so decent amount of time, but just have to wait to see how this one plays out now. So I need this to continue with its bearishness down. Do I want to add to that? Just having a quick flick around. So this one's moving in, potentially breaking support. This one looks like it's in a pullback rather than a reversal. So I've just added a bit more to this position, or potentially added a bit more. Still trying to get filled. Both to take out the partial exit and also add to the position. I've got filled, and it has gone slightly against me, but it's all right for now, at least. Got £30 as a position. just lighten the position slightly here. So yeah, got to listen to what's going on. It's not saying at the moment it's really geared to break new highs. In fact, potentially it's just gone into resistance and falling away. So I need to reposition myself. It's going into fours, finding resistance. Or in fact breaking resistance, which again isn't a good sign. I'll hold tight for now. $25 left to lay off. Alright. Just lessen that slightly. I do feel the risk to reward on that was slightly out of kilter. Could have, held out. Well, I haven't got filled yet on this, but probably could have held, bigger positions in for longer, rather than give back so much so soon. But possibly a bit too defensive on that. But hey. See if we can get filled on this, and at least it's some green. Could have been, higher amounts, but we'll just see if we get filled on this first. Taking his time. I mean, I'm right near the front. £14 needs to be matched. There we go. So, yeah, green up on that. 6-7 minutes left. I'm going to move on to the next one. So, 16 minutes to off. Just having a quick look off screen here. So, and again, if you're watching back on YouTube, feel free to like the video and subscribe. There's also my playlist where you can see all progress over the last however many days it's been now, 37 days. So waiting for that to come in, waiting for that to come in. Okay, so 38, 29. All right. Okay. So it's a good start, but again, it's just you can't be too overconfident in your ability. You've got to keep listening to the market and trading responsibly, making the smart decisions. So we've got here a 15 minutes 45 seconds to off. Favorite at sevens. Bloody hell. So it's at Ascot. So I've got these higher priced, there's no real clear favourite here. They're all very similarly priced, the front runners. There seems to be some correlation, just a quick glance. The first and second look like they might be correlated in terms of recent price movement. This kind of bearish move, pullback, and then punched lows, but then retracing. Same here, bearish move, pullback, and now it's kind of consolidating. So these look correlated. This one here, it's just been a bit flat. Let's see what we can do with this. So 8 looks like it's the resistance. This level here is 8s. So maybe a break of that might be of interest to take a long position, but the move is overall bearish, so it's really this low that we're considering breaking. So that would be 6.8. So moving lower than that could be a good sign to short, and then some sort of divergence in terms of this correlation would be good. So this moving down and this moving up, or vice versa, could strengthen the decision. So let's have a look. 7, 8, okay, 6.8. So this one here, what's that low? Can't read it. So I'm guessing it must be 7.6. So break of 7.6 could be of interest to short. Again, these are still moving very similarly, which is not what I want. I want to see some divergence, some inverse correlation. Um, 12 minutes to the off. Still nothing that I've seen as tradable. Of course, other traders will be seeing different, might be seeing the opportunity or just waiting for the 5 minutes before the off when things get a bit more active. But I think that's it. You just got to trade your own game, trade what you know, or trade what you can profit from. And I'm gradually trying to scale this approach up. So still, low stakes at the moment. Moved from £2 to £5. But you'll see as well with the positions that I'm putting in, whereas overall I might have been risking £25 on any one position. Now it's around the £30 to £40 mark. So that's that's a beauty of compounding. It just means you can start gradually adding to the position size, and just have all that organic growth. Let's just I can't really. Well, I can see the opportunity. It's just waiting for it to see if it materializes. These Ascot ones, for some reason, I've said this on other videos. I found them, despite the amount of money, I've found them very difficult to trade. In fact, this is probably low volume for Ascot one. They're usually around 175, 100 grand by now. 10 minutes to the off. Yeah, got to keep sensible and not trade is sometimes the best type of trading, which is, example of today, just waiting for the opportunity to materialize rather than just wanting to do something and losing money. Just having a quick peek off screen. Okay, back in the room. Let's just have a reorder as well, just in case there's anything moved. No, same. Be good to master these markets, because I feel, making markets on these would be the move further out from the off. Now we've got into that period of like 8 minutes before, there's going to be a bit more money coming, so could anticipate some breakouts, but certainly, get to this type of market earlier enough. Maybe making markets where you just back and lay, where most of the money here is being matched. Just be a liquidity provider, back lay, because you don't anticipate much movement. But that's a story for another day. That's really going to take some looking into and some preparation. I don't want to really go on that concept on a whim. Excuse me. Yeah, been here for 7 minutes, still can't see the opportunity materialize. And this is where your concentration can go. This is the test, because you've just been sat here. It's like nothing's happened. Want to do something, and you can make mistakes. Okay, this is testing its resistance, its highs. Just under 8, so that is 8.4. Creeps at 8.6. This could be breaking. I want to see something break lower. So this one here. So the moment, considering a long position on this or a short position on this, just trying to get clarity on the potential entry prices though. Oh, have I missed that? So, might have missed that. Yeah, definitely missed that. So we're starting to see some movement now. 5 minutes. Do I really want to be in this market? 5 minutes to go. It's probably not a smart thing, is it? No, I trade. So, yeah, just got to let that one go, I think. Reluctantly. I mean, you can see prices starting to move here. Breakouts starting to occur. But I didn't have skin in the game early enough. And, yeah, still a winning trade in that. I haven't lost money. So, happy with my decision on that. It's unfortunate I couldn't see any opportunities in there. But on to the next one. 4-horse race. Favourite. Oh my god. So the front three are all at 3s. Or, thereabouts. 15 minutes to the off. 30 grand matched. 101 spot 4. percent book. Great, good training conditions. So favourite here has been coming in and it's pulling back at the moment. Second favourite has come in and has drifted more. It's starting to, there's a gentle drift on this. Let's just see what's happening on this. So what's that low? 282. So this is making new lows, breaking its support. So I'm favouring shorting this. This is still drifting. So this coming in and this drifting is, and I'm hoping this has, I've read that right and that it's broken its support. It has partially. So I'm going to see if I can get some skin in the game on this to short side. See if I can get reading on that. That's 12.5. Just trying to get some preemptive positions on what I deem to be the opportunities here. This coming in, this drifting. But of course need to get in like good prices. Want to get a bargain, don't want to overpay. Okay, so we've got filled on that. Let me cancel these. So 30 quid currently. Actually going to try and add to that. So it's a very heavy position for me. But let's see if I can maximize the profit a bit on this. I mean, there's still signs of this drifting, so I'm still optimistic at this at least coming into its lows again. But again, don't want to be wrong and strong, especially if it breaks those previous highs there. So I'll hold out at least for now, but upping the risk a bit now as well. And also, I mean, two things: upping the risk and going for a bigger profit target as well. So two things that can obviously lead to more profits overall. Still a very strong drift on this, but this has reacted by also drifting, which is means there must be something else. I think it's this one maybe coming in quite strongly. Okay. It's gone up to threes. What do I want to do with this? Find a resistance at threes. This has found support, so that bouncing, if that is for support and bounces and moves up, we could see this move in again. 10, 20, 30, 40. So yeah, it's coming to threes here around about these lows, so it's finding resistance at threes. Piercing threes, that's not good. There's still context. Yeah, can't let this obviously move away on me too much, but I am still holding tight. But also have to be ready to say that I'm wrong on this if there's you know, convincing evidence to say that. Minutes. Less time to work with now. Ever so slightly bullish. The way it's come round and hit those highs twice, and it's just edging higher. But I mean, this move here still gives me some concern. It's broken support, so these lows that it was seeing, chance just changed again. But it has broken slightly lower. Might see it easier in this one. So it has broken slightly lower, which gives some indication it could be approaching these lows again. So that's reason to hold out. I'm just going to move some of these up though. Got to be a little less greedy now. And just you know, be less optimistic with profit targets. Oh, there we go. Wow, everything got filled. Could have left everything as it was and got a much bigger profit, but you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I didn't know I was going to do that, so I played around. You know, played defensive around what I was seeing the market do. That trade, I mean, that could have been about 2 to 3 times bigger, but there was nothing in that price action that was really telling me that it could break for new lows. There was a good chance it was moving for support to encounter those lows again, but not really break, which it ended up doing. But by that time I'd already played defense and moved up some of those profit targets. But that's a good reason why, again, it makes sense to have some of your exits outside of the money, well outside, because a big chunk of money might come along like it did there and just get you matched at a preferable price, and you'll be at the front of the queue. So next one. And just another thing on that, again, the reason I stick those ones out is for technical reasons. Like, I can see that there's technical reasons in the price that tell me that could be a good probability of the price still coming back in my favor. That was the only reason for holding out. If all of those had been invalidated, then why am I in the trade? If there's no reason to hold on to it, then it's time to get out. So that's one thing to take away from that. Just make sure there's a reason for you being in the trade, not just your hope or belief that it's going to go back in your favor with no substance to it. I digress. So here we've got 10 minutes to the off, Favourite at 3s, consolidated. Favourite, is this another Ascot? No, it's whatever. Hayden, don't know. Hayford, don't even know names. This first favourite here is consolidated. Second favourite is also consolidated. Third favourite has had a slight steam, pulling back. Fourth favourite here is very highly priced. How much is matched on this? 43 grand. Tight book. 100 spot, 7%. Only 10 minutes to work with. Yeah. I might just move on to the next one. Let me just see what price we've got here. So 325. So somewhere between 325 and 330. So it's going to be 315, I guess. Break of that. Alright, I'm going to move on to the next one. Just give myself a bit of a breathing room, especially after having to deal with that one before this. So here we've got a 18 minutes. No, it's a more preferable amount of time for me. Tight book, 26 grand matched. Could be better, could be worse. Favorite here at 2s, come in after consolidating for a while, approaching its previous low. So definitely got a bearish bias on this as it potentially steams in. So that support is just under 2.5. Put something up here. Whoops. So here, 4.1, I guess. So a break of 4.1 higher would be a break of this resistance. So that could be a reason to be long. And then, what's going on with this? 7 is resistance. $2,700. So at the moment I've positioned myself. Oh god, I'm right at the back of this queue. Fuck. So I've positioned myself here in the anticipation there could be some pullback, and I get in at a favourable price. But this has broken its support to make its new low. So I'm anticipating that, we could see some, like it's doing now, pulling back, then to potentially break lower again. That's the theory anyway. Theory and practice are not always friends. But I'm behind a whole chunk. I mean, there's 400 quid. You can see, the reason I was just not the happiest of this position is because I'm behind 400 quid. So 462, estimated 462 quid needs to get matched first before I do. And of course, there's not much money behind this. So that getting matched could see the market run up. But the premise of this entry is that the price is finding resistance off of its previous lows to potentially move lower, or just move into its previous lows here. Oh, this is moving. Okay, 15s. There's all the stuff coming in. All right. Very highly priced odds here, but let's see what happens. Whichever gets matched first, I'll deal with. These are massive odds though. So, but quite near the front. Oh, no, actually, don't want to get filled on that first. The reason I exited that is because I don't want to, I want all of that to be filled before putting the position in. All right, let me have to deal with this now. Shit. So I've got £20 position here, which is quite steep for these odds. We've seen it, pull back, which is okay. You'd anticipate that. Oh, cancel those. Oh crap, got matched on those. So now I'm having to deal with two positions because I didn't cancel those properly. So split attention here and increased risk. So let me just try and bring these down and see if I can keep an eye on this as well. Oof. So far they're kind of in my favor, but I'm having to dart between both the positions just to see what's going on. I think they favor each other, right? This moving out is gonna likely see this move in, but that's why it's double the risk. It's double the reward, but double the risk, because it's like the desired move, which is this, moving out, and this moving in, is amplified because it's like I might as well have double the amount of in just one position because I'm betting on the same thing. So that one's sorted. Let's see if we can sort this one. I am at the front of the queue on this one. I'm guessing over split positions. So let me take down one of those. So reduce that. Let's see if we can get filled on this. Let's not get too stupid on this now. Could have just gotten that out a lower loss. Let me just reassess what's going on. So this is drifting. Let's bring this down. Can't get too emotional on this and think, oh, just because you owe me that extra tick, like give me that money back. That's the way you could afford. Just stick at 4.5, waiting to for the market to give me a profit. But the market doesn't owe me anything. Like that's important to remember. It doesn't owe you anything. You've got to work around it as best you can. As you can see here, had I just taken that smaller loss there, then this position would be a lot better. But it's breaking support now. it just means more management of this position, which could have been avoided. Drift. This one's coming in. Oh. So this is finding support at 10s, but I'm just waiting to see what happens at 10s here. It's a very optimistic pullback that I'm anticipating here, but I'm just trying to hold out to see if there's signs of, you know, potential pullback. And this has started to creep in, at least on the ladder, which could help this. This is drifting, which won't help this. Looks like it could be doing a lower high. Let's see how that pans out. Whether in fact it is a lower high where it punches lower, or if it's potentially a higher low as it creeps up to its previous highs. 8 minutes. This is moving in hard. Could see this drift. Just exit this. Oh, didn't even get out on the touch there. Oh dear, this is one of those ones where it's just you know, be very easy just to see this run away. I mean, it has run away, but yeah, that wasn't necessary. That wasn't necessary. But c'est la vie. How long have I got? 6 minutes. Oh, I am bearish on this now. Do I want to jeopardize or create more problems by shorting this? Just be aware what's going on. Let's have a look. Yeah, just red up. So that's probably all of my profit on the day, just made, you know, given back from some just lapses of concentration or not executing correctly, trying to eke out a bit more in terms of, you know, a tick or two. But you know, that's the way it goes. There's warts and all with this. You know, there's no hiding from yourself with trading. You can't pretend it didn't happen. It's yeah, it happens and you deal with it. So the next one here is 15 minutes to the off, 15 minutes 30 seconds. We've got an odds on favourite. It's only a 3-horse race. So where is this? It's Ascot. I thought so. So this favourite here has come in. It's on a gentle steam. Second favourite here has drifted. So because these are such short odds for the favourite and there's only 3 horses, the correlation between this and this looked to be pretty strong. So this has moved in and this has moved out. So let's see if I can see a reference point I'm favouring a long on this because the chart's slightly easier to read. So just trying to build a potential position based on threes acting as support, and the fact that this is continue to potentially come in and this potentially drift. Okay, had a massive jump in the market there, so got filled on quite a few positions there. So I need to see this bullishness resume. Wouldn't mind getting filled on this. There we go. But now I need it to push up past threes. And you can see I'm using bigger overall position sizes now, just because I feel it's it's time at least to start doing that, having a bit more risk. Okay, so filled on all those positions. So I need support to hold at threes now, and see some movement towards its previous highs. At the same time, can't be too greedy. Just keep an eye on what the market's telling me. That is seen some retrace in that. This pullback isn't going to be helping me, but I'm still willing to hold tight because threes is still, by the looks of it, holding as support, and this overall still looks to be bearish. So that warrants holding this position, at least for now. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, okay. Big chunk of money there. In fact, on this side of the book, which could help move this down and move this up, which is what I want to see. I've got one of those matched off. Just gonna put in one here. So now down to £30 net stake. Big chunk of money there. I could push it past, I mean, yeah, it depends. That, I mean, there's some decent weight on this side, but let's see if that gets, matched. If that then evaporates, it could see a run up, especially as there seems to be more money on this side here on a favorite pushing this down. So you can see when that chunk went at £2,000, kind of, that it resumed with this with the trend. So it's just a temporary roadblock, if you like, but still, not out of the woods here yet. It's not convincingly punching for highs, but we've still got 10 minutes to the off. Don't like the way way this is just coming into its resistance over and over again, that could be a bullish sign that it wants to break that resistance if it tests it too many times. So just playing a bit more defensive and bringing down my profit expectations. Still got £20 here to lay off. Yeah, that is so... Yeah. Got to listen to what's going on. That's very, you know, very bullish the way it's just testing that resistance as if it wants to fly off and break that potentially higher. But, you know, I don't know whether that's going to happen, but I'm just acting as if that was the most likely thing and just trying to preserve my my capital, because, you know, without that I can't trade another day. Live to trade another day. That's the goal. Reluctantly as well, I'm going to move that down, even though I feel this has still got some scope to break these highs and move much higher. Should you see the bounce off of that, but hey, profit's a profit. So yeah, 8 minutes left on that. Let me move on to the next one. So 18 minutes to off. Just having a quick peek off of screen. So 220 on that. 67 on that. So let's see, how long have I been recording for? 1 hour 20. Okie dokie. So, right, so we've got 17 minutes the off, 66 grand matched, 101.6 book, 101.6% book. Favorite coming in here, attacking its lows by looks of it. Second favorite viably is inversely correlate to that, so that's drifting and finding support at the moment, but potentially to attack its previous highs. Third favorite here, drifting pretty strong at the moment. Fourth favorite is just pretty flat. So the first thing that comes to mind is looking to short this based on a break of that support. So I'm just trying to see what level that is. So I'm going to say it's based on this 2.42. So using these charts here, as one of the viewers on YouTube mentioned as well, appreciate that, can start to use the advanced charts just to get readings for support or resistance, because the you know, the static charts aren't going to be that great. But using that, I'm deeming that 2.42 is the support that we're seeing. So this move here and this touch here is probably the same as one of these touches here and one of these touches here. So a move past that would be worth shorting. It's quite far off of that at the moment, so I have to wait and see. Second favorite here, break of those highs could be of interest, which is 8.4. Getting that from this reading here. So I'm assuming this move, this here, it's not showing the whole chart in these advanced charts, but I can, you know, just from reading it, you can see that this move here is effectively capturing this move from here down here, just because it's the same shape. So 8.4 is my reference point, long and short of it. So moving past 8.4 might be worth getting long, especially if that correlates with this moving past 2.42. This one, I haven't really looked at this one, have I? So tens, it's gone through. Yeah. Just gonna hold tight for now. Hold tight. Let's have a look. So this one's found support now. I'm pulling away. Certainly, if it breaks those highs, that would this high here would make me less inclined to think that it's going to push for new lows. Of course, anything can happen. So there's some signs of bullishness in this, so it's making me slightly bearish on this. So I'm looking at this support that the price has been making, potentially to break that, which is 7.6. If I look at this, seeing this low that's dipped down here, so a break past 7.6, a break past 7.6 might be worth shorting. So that's a complete reversal on my previous expectation, right? Even this breaking its highs might be worth going long on. 7.4. Yeah. And that's why it's important, well, at least for me, not to be too early and preempt the breaks. Just wait for them to occur, or at least have some correlating, opposite movement on a opposite moving selection. Hmm. 258. So it's traded as high as 258. So I'm seeing it's, at least on the chart using this one, it looks like it's broken 258. I might be wrong on that. It's just so I'm going to just go in light on this because I'm assuming it's broken, but I just can't see it yet. So I'm just trying to add some positions based on that. Excuse me. Just trying to add to that slightly. Oh, no, I was wrong on that. I read that wrong. I thought I'd seen a break on the chart there. Never mind. That's just my misinterpretation. But at least I've got a position here that's good for resistance. Should we see price move back in? But I need to be careful. There's some big chunks of money coming in. I'm just going to push this down. And that's broken as well. Fuck. So that's broken its highs. This has shown signs of bearishness. So definitely on the wrong side of this. Merde. How long have I got? 10 minutes. mean, this is one I'd want to be short on now. So see if I can get out of this, and I may in fact just reverse my and get flat if I can, and then just reverse my position. All right. So this is a complete reverse of decision, where I'm looking to be short on this now. So it's just showing some. I have to be careful with this. Make sure I'm not chasing too much. 9 minutes left. Getting whipsawed on this. Still decent signs of bullishness on this, which could see this, you know, come in. In fact, based on that, I have to regret that, but gonna increase my profit expectation just because that's moving out quite strongly. Can't be, you know, can't be too timid, but then can't be too greedy either. It's just a balancing act. 20 quid left to lay off. These decent signs of bearishness overall, at least for it to come into its lows again. This is still going to the moon, so that's going to help this position. The time is ticking down, 7 minutes. £15 left to lay off. Excuse me. Still bullish, still reasonably bearish. So this could be reversing, breaking those previous highs there, but still going into resistance, so there's still good reason to believe it could come back down to support near its lows. So for that reason I'll hold tight, at least for now. 6 minutes to go. Just reducing my profit expectations given the amount of time left and what the price is doing. There we go. All right, 4p. I should have just moved it. Should have just moved it to break even. I mean, I'll just wait for this and then see. One sec. Good probability that I'll get matched on this, but again, never count chickens. But yeah, with that one, I've got to break even. But you know, that was potentially a nasty loss. Was able to get back by trading, you know, reasonably responsibly to reduce that loss. yeah, it can be frustrating. Let me just see what we've got next here. 130. 10 minutes, 44 grand. It's just broken its resistance at 3s. This is coming out though. Yeah, prefer not to jump on the back of that. I mean, I am up on the day, but I'm just starting to feel my concentration go, which is never a good sign to continue, pushing through that, if you like. For me, that doesn't typically work in trading. So let's see what I'm on a day and just make an assessment. So P&L so far was 21p profit, 54p profit, 29p profit, 38p profit, 64p profit, then a £2.20 loss, and then still needs to settle, but 67p profit, and that's it. So that puts me about 50, what is that, 53p, around 53p up on the day. What I think I'm going to do is just take a break for about an hour. This has served me well previously when I've done this. So I think it was yesterday or the day before, actually published a loss on the live trading. It's just under break even, but then come back in the evening and it actually turned out to be the biggest profitable day that I've had. So the break can just help, just give perspective. And I am up on the date. I haven't made a loss, but I just feel concentration is starting to what's the word? Dissipate, wane, don't know. But in any case, I'll call that a day for today for live stream, and be back tomorrow, and we'll probably trade again this in an hour or two. We'll just let you know what the results are from then. But if you've been watching on Twitch, appreciate the watching through, and also if you're on YouTube, again, thank you so much. Feel free to leave a like or subscribe. Thanks so much, and I'll see you tomorrow for some trading on Sunday. Take care. Bye.